Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Okay, gotta close this around. And I think the streaming is overwhelming the internet here, so that could be a problem. Wonder if this is watchable. We'll see. There we go. Okay, publish that. Excellent. So where was I last time? We have this app where we load a list of front page stories on HackerNews. Ideally. But it's going to be super slow because my internet is slow. That's going to be a problem. Cool. So now what I have to figure out is how to make this clickable so that we can go into each story, and I want to make it so that we can actually do stuff like reply, maybe parse out things where people are not nice, add a nice header. We'll see. Okay, so where was I? Shoutem, then HackerNews app, source, we have a MobX store, we have a stories list, oops, wrong direction to zoom. We'll see if anyone says hi back on the chat. So far, no participation there. Okay. Now let's see. We have the store which loads images, and they're not. It doesn't load images. It loads stories, and then they live update. So what we need is a header above all of this to make it a little easier to look at. Yes. So we're in the stories list. We have different stories lists for like ask and stuff. Now let's do it like this first, or rather let's open index. Yeah, let's have types of stories. Yay, somebody said hello, and I can't actually see who it was. Stefan. Stefan? Let's see, we have the HackerNews API, that's an important part. And let's add some navigation from Shoutem UI. go to Shouting UI. We're gonna add a simple. We're gonna add a menu on top with like drop down so that we can choose what kind of story we wanna look at. So I think the API gives us three different types of stories. Let's see. Yeah, so we have top stories, ask stories. Yeah. Let's see. Why do you have to work 4 hours a day, Steve? I still don't know if it's Steven or Stefan. So documentation, where is it? Developer portal. And in store, we're gonna say servable. Story type is top stories, and then we're going. Let's see. So here's dot story type. That should still load the same thing as before, but we're gonna change this to listen for stories, update stories. Okay. Stories. So we're okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm generalizing what I had before, so that instead of always loading only top stories, it's actually loading stories in general. And the theory is that that should make it easier to make a more useful app. And then store should be story type. So here we're gonna do don't need story type actually, because we can get it from the store. Do we go? No, we want to do story type. I think that makes sense. So we have a component that gets story type. I can't decide if we should make the component more dumb so that we just tell it a list of stories to render and then it does it, or should we switch it from Mobax? Switching it from Mobax would probably have benefits. Let's see. Actually, here's how I'm going to do it. So this is going to be listen for stories, and here we've named this one listen for stories, and right now it should work the same, I think. Let's see if it does. It's also getting really hot here in the sun. I was not expecting this. So when I picked this spot to work, the sun was still behind the hill a little bit more, but now it's getting to be really direct sunlight, and the laptop being on my lap is also warming me up, so I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to work. I know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, we have that. So now we're gonna have listen for stories is going to take okay. So listen for stories is gonna take a story type argument, so story type. Then we're gonna do update stories, story type, and IDs, and we're gonna change stories to be an observable map. So here, where we do this action update stories, story type with IDs. Then what we do here is this dot stories set story type becomes IDs. Now in index.js, here where we go listen for stories, we say store dot current story type. Yes, so current story type, current story type, and it lists top stories. Yes, okay. Then when we have, this is where we set items. So in stories list, we're gonna get the story type. So we say story type is store dot current story type. So in stories list, we say store dot stories const stories is store dot stories get story type, and here we pass in story slice because we have to turn it into an array. It no work. Let's see. What am I getting as the story type? So the current story type is what? Lower video bitrate to 1500. Let's see, can I do that without turning off the stream? Yes, it is complaining. Settings, stream, no output, bitrate 1500. Okay. Okay, we'll see if that helps, because right now I don't think it's gonna help. So yeah, this is a problem. Okay, we're just gonna have to suffer through this, unfortunately. Okay, so the current story type is okay. Now in stories list, console log story type, am I getting the right thing in? This is still correct, but when I try to get it, it's undefined. Why is it undefined? Yes. So if stories, we return a list of stories. If they're not loaded yet, then we return null for now. Let's see if that works. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that works. And instead of returning null, we can return a spinner. So here we take a spinner from Shopping UI. Let's see how that works. Ah, there's a spinner up there, perfect. And then when we get the first thing loaded, we're gonna have a bunch of loading things, and then it should work from there. Yep. During notification, what you forget is that beaches in California are not actually nice to be on the beach. The ocean is too cold to be there, and really what everyone does is they just wrap up in a sweater and go sit on the beach, and nothing happens. It's not like in the Mediterranean where you go on the beach and you like play around and go swimming and have fun. Here it's mostly just cold and miserable and kind of windy. Okay, we have that generalized. Now I have to figure out this stuff. So it's this git commit -m. So I generalized the stories loading. Now let's see components. And we have navigation bar. Perfect. Let's try that. Okay, so we do that in index.js here. We import navigation bar from Shouting UI, and we render it here. And what does it have to? What does it need? Okay, so it needs a center component. And let's say has history equals true. And okay. Okay, let's make a drop-down component. So drop-down menu. Here we say center component is a drop-down menu with many options. Let's make this a little easier to read. Say this dot center menu get center menu is return drop down menu with options, which are then type of property is name and value property is value. So our options, do we want to get them from the store? That way the store has all the logic. Yeah, let's do that. Store dot story options, story types. And here we have observable story types equals an array where we have name called top, value top stories, then we have name dot ask value is, what's the value for ask? We said ask stories, right? So we have ask stories, show stories, drop stories. Ask stories name mm, okay, that seems like it's gonna be better. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see, it did good. I wonder if it changed my, it changed the URL that I'm streaming from. Okay, no? Perfect. Alright. Oh, what did somebody say? I can see somebody saying something. Ah, okay. Now where was I? Right. Yeah, so I'm trying to make this. So we should have a selected story option. Computed can only be used on getter functions. Ah, computed get. Um, stories list, no index, and here we do store dot, what did I call it? Selected story option. Okay, selected story option. Let's see if that works. Story types is not defined. Hmm. Where is story types not defined? Oh, maybe I can make this brighter so I'll be able to. No, it's already the brightest. Hello. You water trees as well? You're not? No, probably best. I'm getting kind of hungry. Dude! Why? Stop! Come on! You're getting it all over my laptop.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, you did.
But I'm not cheap, Brad.
Can you get me a towel, a paper towel, so I can wipe this? Come on. Ah. Alright, where was I before I got so rudely interrupted? Bum bum. Ah, so why is... Oh, this does story types. Yay! Okay, that works. Still loads weirdly, but that's working. Okay. Now what I have to figure out is... so we have to change story type, right? Yeah, on option selected. On options selected, we're gonna do store dot fixed story type. Or let's do it like this. Story type. Story type. Okay. So in the store we now need an action. Action story type with no fixed story type that gets a value. Let's see. Times a log value. Now we should see when we do something on the drop down. Perfect. That worked. Alright. So when that happens, we have to do this current story type has to become should become what? Um, the new value. And we have to make sure that we also start listening on the new stories. And I have to figure out how to turn off a Firebase listener, because if we're not currently showing stories, we should stop listening to them. But, it's okay. It's gonna be kind of wasteful of people's bandwidth, but it should be fine. Although, we should make sure that we're listening to them only once. Yeah. So listen for stories of the new value. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do we make sure we're only listening to each story type once? So in stories we have story types. Let's see. How do I do that? What's the easiest way? I guess I can have an observable here. And it's gonna have, let's say it's a map. So this dot already listening set story type true. If not this already listening get story type. And if we already are listening, then we can just not do anything really. Okay, so now I think we can switch between stories, but I have to figure out how to make sure that we still have the menu rendered after we rendered everything else. So let's see. So we have the navigation bar. Then what did that happen? Oh. That got this. Excellent. So what if I add a divider here? Oh, we need to import a divider. Okay. Still not much better. Let's see. Do they actually give us a... Does the documentation give us advice on how to use the navigation bar? Background image, navigation bar, components, perfect. How do I make other stuff render underneath the navigation bar? Mm-hmm. Let's see. How do they do it here? They have a navigation bar, then a card stack. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try... What is the keyframe interval? Where do I set that? Ah, P. Okay, so I tried this setting that live video support suggested and received. I wonder if that's actually going to change anything, because I have no idea what it does. Okay, let's see what happens if I wrap these things in views. Stories list. No, just wrap it with this. Let's see, does that help? View is not defined, of course not. So view. Oh, this is a really weird song. Let's go to the next song. Nope, the view stuff did not help. That's kind of annoying. Ah, but I know what I can do. So one thing I really dislike about React Native that seems to just work on the web is automatic stacking of divs, or like layout boxes. Let's see. How much, how tall do you think the navigation bar is? Is there any way for me to find out? Let's try 50. That is not enough. Let's try 100. Okay. Does it load? That is too much. But let's see. And now should be able to. No? Oh. That. God damn it. Okay. That's not the way to do it. Well, let's just add dividers then. The problem was that when I did the 100 pixel padding, it rendered stuff incorrectly. That's not enough dividers, I think. Okay, lowering bitrate. Okay, now if I click here, come on, I should be able to click there now. Let's see. Oh, because now the dividers are hiding back. Fascinating. Okay, what else can I do? So I can take the dividers out, move navigation bar to the bottom. So now it's rendering on top. And here I can have a view that does, so we say padding top, let's say 80. Now I think what I'm doing is leaving enough space on top to have the navigation bar, but I'm rendering the navigation bar later, so even though it's on top, it should work. Let's see. Yes, okay, I'm able to click that, and this stuff loads. Perfect. 80 is too much. Let's see, how big is this? 70? Okay, let's try 70. $75, I think, is going to be the magic number. Okay. Thanks to live video support, I think we've been able to make the stream watchable. Although considering it's not watchable, there sure are a lot of people in the live video chat room. Okay, so now if I click this, we should be able to switch stories. Yes, story switching works. And if I switch back to top, it should be faster because they're already loaded. Excellent. If I go to jobs, I should get those. And I should be able to click back. Navigate back is not a function. And let's just say it doesn't have history. It's gonna be easier. Alright. So we've added navigation for story types. We can push this to master. Now what's the next step? What I need is a way to actually click into the specific stories. How do I do that? Okay, and I'm gonna go find something to eat because I'm really hungry, so I'll be right back. Okay, let's see, where was I? Right, we want to be able to go into an actual story and do stuff there. Come on, internet. Okay. Now, to make stories selectable, we need to go here in the story component. Now let's see, what do we do here? The whole thing should be tappable. I think we have one of those. Whoa, maybe that's a better. Oh, this is much better. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm changing the styling of rows of stories because I think it's gonna look better. So row style name small. And it's a row. Mm-hmm. Excellent. So inside we need a view that is so style name small. Excellent. This is perfect. So take a row and then we make. So we're not gonna make an image because we're lazy, but inside I would really want images, but I don't have anywhere to get them. So use that. I see. So we do view style name is vertical. And in here we do view style name is horizontal. With space between. We render the subtitle thingy. Oh. So we want the subtitle for that and a subtitle for how long it's been. Oh, we can call this a caption, apparently. So it's not a subtitle, it's a caption. Yeah, okay. And we want an icon. It's the same as here, so a nice little arrow. Which goes here. Closure. And right arrow. And we import an icon as well. Now let's see what we did. Oh, caption is undefined. See, this should look a little bit nicer, I think. Sure takes a while to load. Where's... Okay. Oh wow, that is way too huge. Let's see, what if we call these titles subtitles instead? Okay, so we have subtitles, and I need a heart icon. Let's see, what kind of icons do we have? What? How's there no heart icon? Stars? Yeah. I can't believe we don't have a heart icon. Oh, we have a like icon. Okay, that works. Mm, I want to make a small icon, not a large icon. I'm sure it's possible.
Did you hear the seal?
Yeah, I just heard the seal from, I'm assuming, the bee.
I've been getting myself wet.
You got me wet on purpose.
I did. Not.
Yes, it is.
I spilled entire glasses of water on mine.
You really shouldn't be doing that.
And it's totally fine.
Maybe that's why your keyboard and everything is so sticky, because you keep pouring juice on your laptop.
For what?
Now that didn't work. Hmm. Okay. What if we do this? Um, how much is the height of this? So it's 15 pixels. Let's see what happens if I set the icon to 15 as well. Okay, this part where it's reloading is kind of annoyingly slow. That did not work. How the fuck do I resize an icon? Ow. What happens if I put it here? Let's see, how is an icon implemented in the UI toolkit? So components, icon. Yeah, so it's an icon font. It's a good thing to know. That's not very useful. Oh, cool. Interesting. I think it was the font size that did it. So let's move it back into Caption. I think we can take away the height. Okay, perfect. So now we just have to make them actually clickable. So click commit -a -m, restyle story row. Now if I click on it, how do I make something tappable again? Screen touchable opacity, perfect. That's what I want. Let's see. Touchable opacity. Okay. And then I think it's going to be on tap, no? I think it's on press. Ah, yes, on press. Okay, so on press, because this is MobileX, we can directly do something on the store. Store dot open story with the current ID. So in our store, we need an action that's called open story. That gets an ID. And let's see what happens if we console log this ID.
A record of the delightful piece they're going to play this evening.
So we're waiting for this to load. Touchable opacity is not defined. Opacity, this is getting too big. Oh, we don't have tiles anymore.
And now the moment we've been waiting for is here. I have something to tell you.
Okay, come on. Oh my. Well, the tapping works, but it messed up the styling. What if we move touchable opacity to the outside? should be better now. Okay. Yes, okay, that works. Nice. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is we're gonna change the like icon. I want it to have a nicer opacity. Like I want it to be slightly. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a like component. It's gonna be like, and it's going to get an ID, just because I think we can leverage this later to make it actually do stuff. Although logging in, it's gonna be annoying to make it log in a row. Let's just keep it the same for now. Okay, so actually opening one of these things. How do we do that? So 2 weeks ago I was using React Navigation to do this, and that was relatively easy. But now I can't use React Navigation because I'm using the Shouten toolkit. So I think so Livecoding is having trouble with my stream, but it should be working. You see? I can see myself, so... Oh, you don't see me on cam? Or maybe... Well, I'm not moving a lot on cam. No! No, I didn't want to do that. Let's pop this baby out again. Okay, now where was I? So how do I make it so that we can go into a story? Okay, so this is all live streaming, and that's good. You can also, I think you can see, well, maybe you can't see because it's very slow, but in theory, when somebody uploads something, you should see it reflected on the app immediately. But what I want to figure out is how do I make a story actually open? So what we have to do, okay. The best approach would be to have like a card stack navigation thingy from React Navigation, but I don't have that. So can this help me with navigation? We have a navigation bar. Okay. So now we do want to have a kind of a sense of history, right? Yeah. The problem is that this navigation is Redux based, but we're using what's it called? We're using Mobex. So how do I make that work? Hmm. Ah, okay, I get it. So we need a render scene, a card stack thing, where each scene is different and has a navigation bar and stuff. Oh, and screens can get routes. Ah, I'm all itchy now because my back is wet from when Morgan spilled water on me. Okay. Let's see, how do they do it in the restaurants app? I know they... Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Oh, it was in examples. So we do examples, restaurants app, and we're gonna kind of steal it from here. Okay. So our app, we're gonna mimic the navigation stuff from here, because that will help us make smooth transitions, I think. Okay, so our app has to change. This is going to be something else. This is going to be a scene now. Let's see. Where does card stack come from? Shorten UI navigation. Yeah. Okay. So okay, let's see. Let's put this in Scratch for now. And we get a card stack. So card stack, where navigation state is navigation state. It comes from props. State.navigation state, navigate pop. Okay. So we have navigation state, which is going to be store.navigation state, and on navigate back is going to be store.navigate back. And render, yeah, let's just do it this way. Render navbar is going to be this dot render navbar, get render navbar, which is going to be what we put in Scratch. So this stuff. We return a navigation bar, center menu, and has history. Okay. And then render scene is going to be this dot render scene. So render scene, that's props. We have const route is props.scene, and we can return. Route has props. Interesting.
Fast.
Hello.
I'm coming to reclaim my water.
No, it's mine. My water.
You can buy your own water bottle at
No, come on. Can you bring me my glass of water then? Okay. Let's see what are the props that we get. So this is going to break pretty much everything, but let's see. Exactly. Unexpected token on line 48. Ah, okay. Oh. Let's just return the scene for now. So scratch, we had this one. So screen with a stories list. Let's see how that works. So what is still returning undefined? This render navbar. What happens if I remove this? Okay, cool, that works. Card stack. What the hell is wrong? index 50. Oh, maybe that's what's wrong. I had half of my raisin croissant. So what is navigation state? It comes from props. Maybe that's what's bugging it. Let's go to my store. And let's see here, what did they put in navigation state? So yeah, this is gonna be annoying as fuck. But let's try to figure it out. Because navigation state, okay, so we have routes and an index. Let's see. At observable, navigation state is index 0 and routes So the initial key should be top stories. Oh yeah, okay. So key is top stories. Let's see if card stack actually does anything at all. Was a log card stack. Aha, card stack is undefined. So what if I actually import card stack the same way it's imported here? That might help. So, card stack from shoutdown / UI / navigation. Perfect. Okay. So now what we need to do is in store we're going to have an internal navigation state and we're going to return a computed navigation state which is going to return an object where index is this dot navigation state and routes are this so dot index state dot routes dot splice. Now it's gonna stop complaining. There should always be only one scene active, not 0. Interesting. Okay, so here in index, let's see. So render scene. Don't need that anymore. So now I'm trying to figure out what card stack is complaining about. Why does it say we have 0 active scenes? Okay, let's see if the internet knows anything. What does the internet say about this? Hmm. Okay, so the problem is because here we're using something called navigation state utils. Okay. Let's see, navigation state details. What is that? Okay, so that's navigation experimental.
I heard he's a jerk. He's an asshole. I call him a douchebag, man. You will need to make your personality sweet. And you will witness one of the great miracles of life.
Okay, this is a problem. I have no idea how to fix this. Okay, let's see what we're actually returning from the computable or computed. State. Oh, interesting. That's why it's not working. So let's see, what is this navigation state.routes? Okay, it's an observable array. How long is it? It has 1, but if I splice it, it is 0. Oh, because I shouldn't call splice, I should call slice. Excellent. Okay. Now, so for navbar we get props. Let's see what the props are. I'm gonna try to see if we can get the index. Oh, we can always get the index, but we should have navigation state. Okay. So navigation state, and we say has history is navigation state dot index is more than 0. So now this should render without excellent. Okay. Now here, what were we rendering in Scratch? We were rendering stories list. Now let's see, what is the route we get? It has a key, okay. So we have route, and we check if the route is in our story strings. So we have story types. Store dot is story. Yeah, let's see, store dot showing stories. We're gonna have, and we're gonna do stories list with story type is route.key, and showing stories is going to be a computed get show story. No, let's do is showing stories. So is showing stories, we return is dot navigation. So we have computed get current route is going to be returned is dot navigation state of dot routes of this dot navigation state dot index. So we return this dot current route dot key, say this dot story types find. So if that equals type, let's see what happens if we don't find it. 1, 2, 3, find in I equals, let's say 4, should be undefined. Excellent. Perfect. So if we are currently showing stories, then it's going to render a list of stories. Let's see if that works. Alright, so is showing stories doesn't work right now. Okay, let's see, why is that not working? So in our store is showing stories. Let's see, console log is current route. Let's see, does that give us what we want? Yes. Current route dot key. Excellent. It should be top stories. But that is undefined. Okay, let's try something else. Return this story types dot map. Oh, the so we have name and value. We return the value, and then we do includes. 4 dot includes 2. That works. Okay. So if that includes this current route dot key, then we are currently showing stories. Does that work? Cannot read property key of undefined. Index.js 40. Okay, so why is route not working? We should be getting props. What are props giving us? Oh, it's navigation state. Oh, okay, so in props we get scene. Hmm, how are they doing it here? In the official example, what they're doing to get the scene type is they get a route from prop scene. Uh, so let's say const route is scene. and then they get the key. And is story scene. Let's story route dot. So here what I don't like is that we are relying on different state than what we're getting in the render scene props. So what I need to do is I need to actually check here. We're gonna move this logic take this out. In stories list, no, in index, we're gonna be like if const what's it called, is story list equals store.story types map value to get the route.key, and then if this story list, then we do stuff. Now we should get a list of stories. Okay. Aha, we do. Excellent. We need to add the padding on top though. So padding top, we said it was 75. So this is gonna this loads the stories. Now, why isn't the drop down rendering? Okay, so on navigate back, we're gonna have store.navigate back, where what we're gonna do is action navigate back, and I think what we have to do is just change that thing. Let's see. Navigate back. Okay, now here now what I have to figure out is why is there no more menu in the middle? Because that part used to work. Render navbar. That's here. So log this dot center menu. Let's see. Ah, center menu is not returning anything. Yeah. Now why is center menu not returning anything? Drop down. Do render drop down. What happens then? This render dropdown is not a function. Of course it is. Interesting. Fascinating. Okay, so these functions are not actually being called in the component thing. Very interesting. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to make them either independent or bind them. But I think it's going to be easier to bind them. So what we do is we say it like this: props oh yeah, render navbar bind this, and let's just bind this as well. Okay. Cool. That works now. Now what I have to make sure of is on option select has to start fitting into the overall navigation. So we have to push it to our navigation stack and all of that stuff. How do I do that? So we have on navigate back. What's on navigate forward? Let's see, restaurant list. Render row. On button press for restaurant. Where is on button press? Okay. On button press, we navigate push, give them a key and a title. Okay. So we can do pick story, and we go here where we have pick story type instead of doing that. So we can, let's see, who is relying on current story type? A lot of people. So we have navigate back. So we set that, then we listen for stories, and we also push, do a navigate push. What does navigate push look like? So what I'm doing is basically faking their redux with my mobex. So navigate push, it gives them a new route and I guess increases the index. Let's try that. Is dot, what's it called? Navigation speed. Navigation state dot routes push. We say we push what key value, and we also do navigation state dot index increases by 1, and we'll see if that works. Okay, so loading stories. Oh man, it's getting kind of windy here. I can see the fog rolling in over the ocean. That's kind of cool. I would show you guys, but I don't know if you would actually see anything on the crappy stream I have right now. You see there's fog rolling in from the ocean. I don't know if any of you actually saw that, but I showed it to you. So now when I click this, that worked. And if I click back, navigate back is not a function. Excellent. Why is navigate back not a function? Because but store navigate back is a function. Let's do it like this. Okay, so we have this, and if I click that, it moved in the background. Now when I click back, it keeps saying navigate back is not a function. R. So let's try that. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. So where I'm rendering the navbar, here I need to define a navigate back function. Come on, I clicked that. So render navbar gets navigate back in props, and it defines it as on navigate back is on navigate back. Let's see if that works. R. I wish I knew where this was happening. So in navigate stack we have on navigate back, or in cart stack. So in cart stack we have on navigate back. That is on navigate back, which comes from props. And on navigate back is a navigate pop function. So for us that's this. And then in render navbar, we have on navigate back, which is on navigate back. Correct. So where are we actually calling navigate back? Let's try this. Let's try replacing this with console log and seeing if that changes anything. Git grep navigate back. So now navigate back is only in store.js, which means this should get a different error. Let's see. Navigate back is not a function. Maybe that's an error that a lot of people get. Okay. Okay. Why is this not working? What if I just call it navigate back? Let's see. Let's remove it here as well. just in case. Okay, so navigate back equals console log. Come on. I'm totally gonna be sunburnt on this side of my face. Okay, that works, but then when I click back, aha, now nothing is happening. That's a good sign. Let's try this. And we'll see which one actually gets called. So we have navigation bar, we make a navigation, we click back, and nothing happens, absolutely nothing. Interesting. Aha, interesting, okay. I think that's a bug in their documentation. So here, let's go navigate back. And in store, we do action navigate back, and this console logs navigate back. Fascinating. Console log now. Let's see. So let's see what YouTube dashboard says. How well is my stream doing? Pascal chain. This is very confusing. Okay. So we do a navigation, we press back, and now nothing happens. Ah, it's printing hello. Okay. Console log, navigate back. Let's see if that's actually a function that exists. Ah, stream health is terrible. And it says 0 people are watching on YouTube. Fascinating. Oh well, there's only so much I can do with the current state of my internet. Okay, so we click this, click back. Oh, why is on navigate back undefined? Is it actually called navigate back? Let's see. No, that's also undefined. Okay, let's get props and let's see what we're actually passed. navigation state is not defined. But let's see. So we have navigation state, position, progress, scene. Interesting. I wonder if that's because I'm binding the navbar. Okay, what happens if I don't bind it? No, still gets the same stuff. Okay. So, how the fuck did they do it here? Ah, fuck it. We're gonna simplify this. Instead of... So we get navigation state. And here we're just gonna do store.navigateBack. Because I think that's gonna simplify our life. Okay. Let's see. So basket chain, back. Ah, my debugging window crashed. Come on. Ah, okay. It's just slow. Okay. So then why? Ah. So here, what we want to do is this dot navigation state dot index is smaller by 1. This dot navigation state dot routes dot pop. Let's see if that works. So we got top stories, and we click skchain, get those, click back, cannot read property index of undefined. Is that because it's not bound to the store? That problem. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, click skchain, wait for it to load, pass back. There should always be only one scene active, not 0. Excellent. What happens if we just go back by an index? Oh. Let's see, console log this dot navigation state dot routes.length. Let's also see exactly how many we have, because I want to make sure that we're actually adding them correctly. Okay, now click back. We have 2. Hey, it actually went back. Nice. Now, why does popping not work? Because I think if we just change the index, we're going to have a problem with our stat. As in, it's going to keep adding things on top and not properly clearing them. So, ASCII back. Yay, it goes back. But it doesn't change the title. We can fix that. Okay. So going back works. Now let's see, where are we using the current story type? Selected story option. So we select. So let's completely stop using the current story type. Remove that. There we go. Remove current story type. So the selected story option becomes whatever is the current route. So const type const key is current route. And we have a computed get for current route, which returns this.navigation state dot routes of this.navigation state dot index. Okay, now we see current story. Now, this dot current route. We also need to know what else was using that. Get grab current story tape. We're also using it in listen for stories. On source index. Okay, so back. Then go ask a chan, and when I click back, it changes to top. Perfect. Now in here, in component did mount, we have to start listening by store or actually what I can do, I can kick it off by saying pick story type. No? So do store.listen for stories of store.current route dot key. Let's see, that should work, I think. Okay, we're loading top stories. Come on, load. Yeah. Now I can click on Ask Stories. We load those. I can click on show HM stories. We have those. And when I click back, we go back. Perfect. And now when I click back, yes. Alright. Excellent. So we refactor navigation to use card stack. Now, what this enables us to do is we make it easier to pick a story. Because picking a story now is all about this. This dot navigation state.routes.push. We push key is ID, and this dot navigation state.index plus equals 1. And here in our app thingy, so if it's a story list, we return now. Otherwise, we also return a screen with a style that has padding top as 75. But here we're gonna let's get some text. And we're going to do, where is it? Text story of route.key. Let's see if that works. In theory, this should work. And if this works, I'm gonna finish live coding now, and we're gonna pick this up tomorrow evening, or tomorrow afternoon, because I want to go hang out with my girlfriend. No, come on, you can do it. Why is it still console logging? Let's try that again. Okay. Yes. Mm. Okay. So it doesn't want the key to be a number, but this is very promising. Cool. Alright. There's one more thing I can try. So key is going to be a string. Let's say ID is ID, because I think that's going to be helpful. Now here on index.js, so let's console log navigation state, and I'm gonna try to make it so we show the title of the story on top. Come on, you can do it. Excellent. Okay. So let's see. Let's center component equals null, and then if let's make a helper for a story list. Route. And we're doing this just because it's easier that way. Return a story list. With this is story list for value for route. So and const route is navigation state dot routes of navigation state dot index. Okay, so if it's a story list, we return this. Oh no, we set center component is this dot render dropdown. Else it is center component is text where we have store dot items of route dot id. Let's see if that works. Okay, fix the typo. Now let's see. Okay, they load. Okay, get that. Womp didn't work. Come on, why is there so much delay? Let's see. Are we? Do we think that we're in a story list? Because we should not be thinking that. Wow, oh my god, this is being so slow. Okay, so yes, it's a story list. Click. It's not a story list anymore. So why are we still trying to render a drop-down menu? Oh, the idiot. Okay.
to
Should
your
be
side.
kept.
And my
Let's see,
heart
do we
been
even
broken.
have store route
Yet the
ID?
blind spinner. It's been
Get route
a
ID.
year since you come round. Can't
Title.
anymore, you sinner.
Let's see.
And late one evening, I came past your door. I caught you in the back house with another man, you sinner. Dear, it's been a year since you come round. Anymore, you sinner.
Okay, click. Yes. Alright, so now all I have to do tomorrow is shorten this title stuff. This seems to work pretty well. Alright, so I'm gonna stop coding now and we'll pick this up tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for watching, anyone who's still here.